Caitlin Clark's rookie season was a baptism by fire. From the moment she stepped onto the court, the expectations were sky high. Fans, analysts, and even her teammates looked to her as the future of the franchise. She entered the WNBA as a highly touted prospect, expected to take the league by storm. The media buzz was relentless, and every game was scrutinized, and she did, showcasing her dazzling skills and electrifying play. Her ability to score from anywhere on the court and her court vision were unparalleled for a rookie. But Clark's brilliance came at a price. The physical and mental toll of being the focal point of every opponent's game plan was immense. Opponents, seemingly intimidated by her talent, resorted to increasingly physical tactics. They knew that if they could slow her down, they could disrupt the entire team's rhythm. Hard fouls and aggressive play became commonplace, pushing the boundaries of acceptable conduct. It was a test of her resilience and determination. The message was clear: try to intimidate the young star and disrupt her game. Every night, she faced defenders who were more interested in stopping her by any means necessary than playing clean basketball. Clark, to her credit, refused to back down. She stood her ground, showing a level of toughness and grit that belied her years. She continued to dazzle, putting up impressive numbers despite the relentless physicality. Her performances were a testament to her skill and mental fortitude, but the constant barrage of fouls and aggressive defense took a toll. The physical strain was evident, and there were moments when it seemed the pressure might break her. It was clear that Clark, while immensely talented, needed support. She couldn't carry the burden alone, and the team recognized this. She needed teammates who would stand up for her, who would make opponents think twice about targeting her with overly aggressive play. The team needed to rally around their star. The Indiana Fever, recognizing the need to protect their prized rookie, took decisive action. They knew that to maximize Clark's potential, they had to create a safer environment for her to thrive. The Fever's front office knew they had something special in Clark. They saw her as a cornerstone, a player who could change the trajectory of the franchise. They had a generational talent, a player capable of leading the franchise back to glory. But they also understood that her success was intertwined with the team's overall strategy and support system. But they also knew that Clark's long-term success and the team's success depended on creating an environment where she could thrive. This meant not just focusing on her individual skills, but also on the team's dynamics. That meant surrounding her with players who would not only complement her skills, but also protect her from the unwarranted aggression. The team needed to be cohesive, supportive, and strong. The Fever entered the offseason with a clear mission: assemble a supporting cast that would allow Caitlin Clark to reach her full potential. They were determined to build a team that could stand up to any challenge and support their star player. The statistics paint a stark picture of the physicality Caitlin Clark endured. Her rookie season was nothing short of a baptism by fire, as she faced an onslaught of aggressive play that tested her resilience and determination. During her rookie season, she was subjected to a staggering 177% of all flagrant fouls called in the entire WNBA. This statistic is not just a number, it represents the intense physicality and targeted aggression she faced on the court. Let that sink in for a moment. One player in her very first season bore the brunt of nearly twice the number of flagrant fouls as the rest of the league combined. It's a testament to both her prominence and the challenges she faced. One player absorbed nearly twice the number of flagrant fouls as the rest of the league combined. This wasn't just a coincidence or a series of unfortunate events. It was a clear and deliberate pattern of behavior aimed at disrupting her game. This wasn't just bad luck, it was a clear pattern of behavior. The opposition team seemed to have a strategy, to physically wear her down and throw her off her game. It was a tactic that, while effective in the short term, raised serious questions about sportsmanship and player safety. The Chicago Sky in particular seemed intent on disrupting Clark's game through physicality. Their aggressive approach was evident in every matchup, as they consistently targeted her with hard fouls and relentless pressure. A shocking 80% of all flagrant fouls against Clark came at the hands of Sky players. This statistic highlights the extent to which one team was willing to go to neutralize her impact on the game. This aggressive approach, while questionable in its sportsmanship, did yield some results. The Sky managed to get under Clark's skin, forcing her into difficult situations and disrupting the flow of her game. It was a strategy that, while effective, came at a cost. The Sky managed to get under Clark's skin, forcing her into difficult situations and disrupting the flow of her game. The constant physicality and pressure took a toll on her performance, leading to moments of frustration and self-doubt. The league, while acknowledging the issue, seemed reluctant to take decisive action. Despite the clear evidence of targeted aggression, there was a noticeable lack of intervention from the officials, leaving Clark to fend for herself on the court. It was clear that if the Fever wanted to protect their star, they would have to take matters into their own hands. The team's management and coaching staff recognized the need for a proactive approach to safeguard Clark's well-being and ensure her continued development. These numbers weren't just abstract statistics, they represented a very real threat to Clark's well-being and her development as a player. The constant physicality not only risked injury, but also had the potential to erode her confidence and passion for the game. The constant threat of injury loomed large, as did the potential for the aggressive play to erode her confidence. The Fever's front office knew that they had to act swiftly and decisively to protect their star player. The Fever's front office, to their credit, recognized the severity of the situation. They understood that inaction was not an option, and that they needed to build a team capable of both competing at the highest level and protecting their most valuable asset. They understood that inaction was not an option. The time had come to build a team that would not only compete, but also protect their most valuable asset. The Fever's management and coaching staff were determined to create an environment where Clark could thrive without fear of undue aggression. The time had come to build a team that would not only compete, but also protect their most valuable asset. The Fever's management and coaching staff were determined to create an environment where Clark could thrive without fear of undue aggression. They knew that by fostering a supportive and protective team culture, they could help Clark reach her full potential and lead the team to success. The Indiana Fever's front office entered the offseason with a purpose. They were determined to reshape the team's identity and build a roster that could compete at the highest level. They knew they needed to add toughness, experience, and a healthy dose of grit to their roster. The team had been through a rough patch, and it was time to turn things around. Their mission, to build a team that would shield Caitlin Clark from the unwarranted aggression and allow her to blossom into the superstar they knew she could be. Caitlin was a rising star, and the team needed to ensure she had the support to thrive. The Fever's answer came in the form of 3 impactful acquisitions: Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, and Dawana Bonner. These players were not just talented, they were game changers. These were not just random additions, they were strategic signings designed to address a specific need. The front office had done their homework, identifying exactly what the team lacked, and finding the perfect players to fill those gaps. Each player brought a unique skill set and a reputation for toughness that would forever alter the Fever's identity. They were known for their resilience and ability to perform under pressure. Natasha Howard, a 3-time WNBA champion and Defensive Player of the Year, would provide the defensive backbone and championship pedigree the team desperately needed. Her experience and leadership on the court would be invaluable. Sophie Cunningham, known for her fearless play and willingness to mix it up, would add an element of grit and determination. She was the kind of player who would dive for loose balls and take charges, embodying the spirit of the team. And Dawana Bonner, a multiple-time WNBA champion and all-star, would bring veteran leadership and a scoring punch to a team in need of both. Her ability to score in clutch moments would be a game-changer for the Fever. The Fever's message was clear: the days of bullying Caitlin Clark were over. They had built a fortress around her, ensuring she could play her game without fear. They had assembled a team that would fight for each other, a team that would stand up to anyone who dared to challenge them. The league took notice. Other teams knew that facing the Fever would be a battle. The Fever were no longer a team in transition, they were a team on a mission, a team determined to protect their own and reclaim their place among the WNBA's elite. The future looked bright, and the Fever were ready to make their mark. Caitlin Clark is not just any rookie, she's a fearless competitor, someone who brings a relentless drive and determination to every game. You could say she has a black belt bite, ready to take on any challenge that comes her way. Her presence on the court is undeniable, making her a key player to watch this season. The Indiana Fever have long been known for their strong veteran presence. With the addition of Caitlin Clark, they now have a potent scoring punch to complement that experience. It's a blend of youthful energy and seasoned wisdom, creating a dynamic that is hard to beat. The veterans guide the rookies, while the rookies push the veterans to new heights. The arrival of Caitlin Clark has signaled a new era of toughness for the Indiana Fever. Her relentless drive and competitive spirit have permeated the entire team. It's not just about scoring, it's about grit, determination, and an unyielding will to win. This new era is about setting a standard of excellence and pushing the boundaries of what this team can achieve. As Caitlin Clark continues to make waves, the entire league has taken notice. Opponents are adjusting their strategies and analysts are singing her praises. It's clear that she is not just a rising star but a game-changer. Her performances are turning heads and setting new benchmarks for what a rookie can accomplish in the WNBA. With the impact Caitlin Clark is having, one can't help but wonder if we are witnessing the dawn of a new era in the WNBA. Her influence extends beyond the court, inspiring young athletes everywhere. The Indiana Fever, with Clark at the helm, are poised to redefine success in the league. The future looks incredibly bright, and fans are eagerly anticipating what comes next.